It took our hummingbirds a long time to get here this year. They usually get here about April or May, but we didn't have a whole lot. But now we've got probably a half a dozen, and it is so funny to watch them. Well, we've got a feeder that's got 4 hummingbird feeders. There's enough juice in there, sugar juice, to feed the whole neighborhood. But they got one little hummingbird that sits on top of the hanger and keeps everybody else away so they can't eat. It kind of looks like Congress, it's just, they're fighting, but they don't fool with eating. It reminds me of a story about a guy that had a dream that he went to hell, and the scene was nothing like what he thought it would be. It was a big, long banquet table that was about 10 feet wide, and they had the most delicious food, everything you could imagine on that table. And people were lined up both sides as far as you could see, but on their arms they had these 10-foot long forks and spoons tied onto their hands. And they were cussing each other and ranting and raving and frustrated and hollering, and because they couldn't get the 10-foot business end of the spoon or the fork in their mouth to eat, and they were just livid, frustrated. Then after that, the guy was transported to the same scene in heaven. And there they had a banquet table 10 feet wide and most delicious food you ever saw. Same, had people on both sides with 10-foot forks and spoons tied to their hands. And they were laughing and chewing and eating and having a good time. And the only difference was, in hell, they were so self-centered they couldn't feed themselves. But in heaven, they were reaching across the table, feeding one another. The only difference between living and loving is 2 letters, I and O. When we're living for I, independently apart from God, we can't get the food in our mouth because we're more concerned with getting than we are giving. If people would just understand that if we just give, it shall be given unto us again, pressed down, good measure, and running over will men give into our bosom. For with the same measure we meet, it'll be measured back to us again. And so you think about that today. If Jesus lives in your life, is he a giver? Would he be giving? Would he be loving? Would he be feeding? Yes, exactly right. If he is living in your life, we'd be doing the same. Don't be a hummingbird Christian. You think about that. We'll talk about something next time. God bless you. Have a good day.